We got Stevie P here from Athilates.com along with Austin M from Athilates.com.
There you go. I like that. Yeah, that's right.
This is our first video where we're going to introduce the concept of Athilates and kind of really to explain why we're doing this whole thing. What do you think, Austin?
Well, it's been a crazy road. I never thought we'd make it here today.
Exactly.
That. For me personally, I'm 28. I'm a professional wrestler. I like to consider myself an amateur gymnast. And these activities have been very taxing on my body. And like most athletes and the athletes that we hope are watching these videos can relate to, we just want to be able to do things and get it done sometimes. We don't think about all the little things and the form and the technique because we have such, great willpower. We just want to muscle through everything. But once you get injured like I did, I tore my hip labrum, I had a sports hernia injury that ended up having surgery on both sides. It's been kind of messy. I've had to learn to basically come into better connection with myself, with my core, with my spine, and understand how all this stuff affects every part of my body, from my hips, shoulders, my wrists,
from your toes to your head.
Yeah, everything. So it's all connected, and it's all about movements. And at Athilates.com, what we want to bring you aware of is how we took Pilates and made it a part of our lives. Of course, you have your own, should steal all the time.
I've got a little bit of story too. I mean, I've been an athlete, not a gymnast, but I work out, I run, I do CrossFit, yoga, all kinds of
Work
things.
out a lot.
Work out a lot.
For a lot of years.
Big problem. And actually for most of those years I was uninjured. And then about 5 or 6 years ago I tore my calf, and ever since then it was downhill. So what I ended up doing was I came to Pilates as an alternative to some of the higher impact sports that I was participating in. And it only took me about 2 or 3 Pilates workouts to understand that if you want it to be, Pilates is a lot different than your mother's Pilates. It can be really challenging and really hard. So I loved it, and I've been doing it for about going on 5 years now. But what happened was, as soon as I walked out of the studio door, all those great techniques and instruction that I had, forgot about them. So while I was on the field, while I was at the gym lifting, all those great techniques, completely useless for me. And one day, it was about 6 or 7 months ago, doing some crazy workout involving sprinting and burpees, and I was doing these burpees and my back was killing me. And it just hit me. I can take control over that. And what I did was I connected up using a Pilates technique, pain went away, finished the workout, and of course I was the first one to finish that.
And that's kind of the same for me. Is like I would take these workouts, I loved them, and I just like doing Pilates as an addition to my other workouts, but I never actually took the concepts and said, wait a minute, these can help me in gymnastics, these can help me with my snatch, with my squat, my bench press, anything I'm doing, wrestling, being flipped around a ring, they could all help, but it's a matter of understanding that connection and taking what we want to term as difficult and forget about the difficulty and focus on the challenge. And the challenge aspect of this thing is understanding that the connections can't be dropped. These, just standing here right now, we should be connected because these postures you default into in your everyday life, and then you get into the gym, wherever you're working out, and you're going to default into these bad postures at some point. So you may not be injured now, you may never really get injured, but you're never going to perform at your optimal ability. And that's what we're all about, is an optimal function. So
Athilates is Pilates for athletes. It's not your mother's Pilates, that's for darn sure, but we want you to come back and check out. We've got a lot of great information for you. We're going to have some great workouts, great techniques, and we'll be teaching as well in the Thousand Oaks and Woodland Hills area of California if you guys are around.
Maybe a little twerking as well.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
All right,
Athilates.com.